Jungles. Hey guys, welcome back to the King Kong review series, and today we got a special treat for you. So during the early development stages of the original King Kong, Merian C. Cooper had his idea for a giant gorilla but no way to visualize the story, and he was in a rush to impress the studio to greenlight the project. In doing so, he hired British novelist Edgar Wallace to write the first draft of the story, and that's the lost film we'll be taking a look at today. So let's not waste any more time and take a look at the lost production with the working title of The Beast. Wallace's script begins on board a tramp steamer, as Danby Denham, a big game hunter, is sailing back from Africa after capturing a vast variety of wild animals to be in a traveling circus back in America. Denham, though, is unhappy with his prizes, and he desires to capture something that no one has ever seen before. But then Captain Inglehorn brings up the story of how he spotted a sea serpent on a vapor island southwest of Sumatra.
I call them for myself Vapor Islands.
And you saw a sea serpent?
Yes.
I've drunk that kind of hooch, too.
I see it with my own eyes, and I was not drunk.
Ah, rats, you show me where I can get a sea serpent, and I'll show you where I can get $1 million. Did you get the first draft on eBay?
I got it somewhere else. Yeah, not on eBay, but I...
Inspired, Denham and the crew sail off to find the mysterious island. Meanwhile, we cut to a group of escaped convicts from a prison ship, along with a hostage woman named Shirley, who row ashore to the same vapor island. But before they can reach shore, they are attacked by a brontosaurus and become shipwrecked on the uncharted island. While fighting a vast array of dinosaurs and other prehistoric creatures, one of the convicts tries to assault Shirley, but is killed when from out of the jungle stands an 18-foot-tall gorilla named Kong, who carries Shirley off into the jungle. The surviving convicts venture in to get her back, led by John, who is in love with Shirley. Kong confronts the men on the log bridge, and all are killed but John, as the convicts meet their demise by a variety of giant spiders and insects. After battling a fierce Tyrannosaurus Rex, Kong takes Shirley to his mountain lair. John saves her, and they flee back to the beach as Kong pursues. Then, Denham and the crew show up, just as Kong follows John and Shirley to the beach. Denham then knocks out Kong with a gas bomb and captures the beast to be displayed in his circus in Central Park, Manhattan. But after seeing Shirley in a tiger cage as part of the show, Kong escapes, battles the tigers, and wreaks havoc upon the city, until climbing to the top of the Chrysler Building and meeting his death by a strike of lightning. Cooper's reasoning for hiring Wallace was more for a promotional plan, because he wanted the novel out before the film was released, which would give the film more of a profitable success if it was based on a popular novelist's work. And as a first go, I think it's kinda cool. With several plot points and scenes which would make the final product, it's worth mentioning the stuff that differs from the film, most notably the escaped convict angle. It's silly and ridiculous, yes, but it's got its own charm to it. And it's interesting to see some scenes like the brontosaurus in the ocean, then developed into the swamp scene we know today. In fact, it seems like this scene would finally come to somewhat reality on screen with the opening scene in Jurassic Park 3. Which even then they don't show the damn dinosaur, but let's not move off the subject. Also, the circus scene in which Kong battles the tigers would not be fully realized until Mighty Joe Young some 15 years later. The ending is also an interesting one. The reason for originally taking place on a different skyscraper in New York was because the Empire State Building did not open until King Kong started principal photography. So the most iconic scene with this iconic building was actually more of a last-minute idea. Cooper felt that the first draft was a good start, but needed a lot of work, so he told Wallace to do some revisions and turn out a second draft. But before he could even start writing, sadly, Wallace fell ill and died on February 10th, 1932 due to pneumonia. But despite the fact that it was saddening for Cooper, the show must go on. He then hired James Creolman, a former adventure writer, who helped Cooper write the script for The Most Dangerous Game, which also happened to star Robert Armstrong and Fay Wray. Creolman's second draft, titled The Eighth Wonder, eliminated some of the cheesier aspects of Wallace's first pass, including the escaped convicts, and more focused on the expedition with Denham. While the draft was rushed, Cooper still wasn't satisfied, and pressure was brewing because the production had to begin soon, and Cooper still needed to get a good impression on the executives at RKO. Desperate, he worked around the clock with Willis O'Brien and using Wallace's first draft to make a test reel for the executives, which included the convicts being chased by a dinosaur, followed by Kong to the log, all the way to Kong's battle with the Tyrannosaurus. O'Brien also suggested splicing his creation test footage to give the reel more flavor. In fact, the majority of the test reel actually made it to the final print of the film. With the project greenlit, Cooper still needed a final draft of the script. He turned to his best friend's wife, Ruth Rose, who, while never did a screenplay, had worked with Cooper and her husband Schoedsack on their natural drama pictures, using the adventures they had as inspiration, and then became the final film we know today. Overall, The Beast is an interesting look back on the Kong that would have been. It's got some cool unused ideas, but I honestly don't think it would have been as memorable as the film we know today. And overall, Edgar Wallace is one of the key reasons for the Kong we love so much. I'd give this first draft a 7 out of 10. But thankfully, Wallace's words lived on in the novelization of King Kong by Dallas W. Lovelace, which would be a key turn of events that would follow an unproduced remake in the future. And we'll talk about that soon enough, but next time, we're going to be fast-forwarding to the original King Kong success and see how Merian Sue Cooper tried to continue the story. So stay tuned next time as we take a look at the new adventures of King... Something tells me I'm not alone on this island.